What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of SMG Fishing. Today we're going to be working on my boat. That's right, getting back into the boat. So what I've been doing is I've been working on it in my own free time and just neglecting to film anything. Working on it takes enough time as it is. Working on it and filming it at the same time probably doubles or triples the amount of time. Okay, so we've been working on this front deck, and if you guys haven't seen the video where I took this thing out and I lost my GoPro, which was the last video I did, then you haven't seen what I've done to it to get it ready to fish. First of all right, so we've learned a couple things from taking the boat out and testing it out on the water. One, it's got a couple leaks in the transom. We'll fix that. We'll get to that. I knew that was a problem. Didn't really bother me. Second thing, this trolling motor is way too underpowered. This trolling motor is a Minn Kota Edge 45-pound motor. It's a 12-volt system. Instead of drilling a bunch of holes in the top of this, or in top of the good one, which I put over here on the side, I just put the old one on. This is the one that's pressure treated. I put the pressure treated one on here because it's temporary. I kind of use it as a kind of a gauge to see how this was going to attach. Remember, I still haven't attached any of my deck to the actual frame of the boat, but I think I figured out how to do it. That'll be coming up soon. I also put my Garmin Striker SV7 on this thing is a side imaging fish finder. It's pretty awesome. And then, of course, we have the seat on here. Since you guys last saw it, there was no work done in the back of the boat. The only thing I had done was the front of the boat. And so now what we're doing is we're doing the back deck. This gap is here for the seat. And also this is probably gonna be where our battery trays end up. We've got the live well, and then we've got this piece of C-channel going here, all the way to the front of the boat. And we're gonna be using that. And that's what this piece of wood is. We've got C-channel going along this thing, which is gonna be a vertical support for the back deck. Another vertical support for the back deck. We're gonna have hinges on these. So there's gonna be a hatch here for the gas tanks, hatch here for the live well, and then some hatches here for both the battery wells. Okay, so the front deck in my boat is a little bit lower than the back deck. So here is where the front deck is. It's about 13¼ inches. You come over here, this is where the back deck is. It's a little bit higher. So you can see there's a little bit of an angle up. It's a very mild slope, not a big deal. And then it's flat right here. And this is where the live well is gonna be. This is where the back deck is gonna be starting. So we're gonna cut this out and get it fitted, and then we'll talk some more. If you guys happen to see anything in this video that you like the trolling motor or the depth finder or like pretty much any of the materials that I use, all that stuff, usually I have linked down below in the description. So if you like to support this channel, go ahead and use those links down below in the description to buy the stuff that you think is awesome that I use on this channel. Okay, it's been about 30-45 minutes since I started my heater, got it running. It's warm in here, but for the last 30-45 minutes I've been staring at this boat trying to figure out what's going on and trying to figure out what I'm going to do. So let me explain to you exactly what my thoughts are right now. First, let's show you, you know, what happened yesterday. Okay, here's the rod locker. Got the plywood cut out. It's got a nice slope to it. You can hardly even tell. I'm sure you really can't tell on the camera, but very small slope. Drops about 3 inches overall. Put some C-channel on here and put a aluminum angle piece on there. And then I came back here and put this brace in here so that this piece doesn't wobble back and forth. Okay, so here's my thoughts going forward. Okay, let me kind of explain this to you. This is going to be a wall here. This is going to be the front, or this is going to be the back deck. So from here back is going to be nothing but deck. My plan was to take and put a seat right here. So one would be over here, one would be over here. You'd have like an empty spot in the middle. The problem is, bear with me because it's not on an elevated platform right now, so it's not completely accurate. The problem is, I need to be able to sit here and have a steering console in front of me. The steering console is probably going to come to about here. So as you can see, that's not going to work, unfortunately. So here's what my thoughts are. Thoughts are to ditch this entirely. So I'm not going to have any seats to sit on, to drive on. My plan is to just sit on the back deck and steer. That way I still have room for a steering console. Just have a steering console here, throttle here. It'll be good. I don't know. This thing is, I'm starting to like just go along with what I had in my mind, even though I know it's not going to work. Like, I'm just gonna go ahead and build this wall here. I'm gonna put a platform on it. I'm gonna figure out the hatch for that. What we gotta do next, and I was about to do it last night, but then I woke up this morning and figured out a whole nother slew of problems. We gotta put 2 hinges here, and then we gotta put 2 hinges here, and then we might also have to put 2 more hinges on either side so that we have hatches for both of these pieces. I haven't figured that much out yet. So we still have a lot of work to do before we worry about like the final steps. And also, I'm trying not to do anything permanent yet, so I haven't put any cross members on here. I'm not using any rivets yet because all this wood still needs to be treated and sealed up so it's watertight. Foam needs to be added everywhere. I haven't figured everything out yet, and we'll get there eventually. Every time I work on this boat, I realize how much work I still have to do. Because you think about it in your head, you're like, oh, I just have to put, you know, the live well in and I gotta finish the back deck. When you're thinking about that, it's like, I'll be done in like a week or 2 or something. I work on it when I can. It's gonna take a while, unfortunately. Okay, quick update. So we are gonna go with the, we're not gonna use these seats. We're gonna just sit on the deck and use the steering console from there. So here's what's going on right now. For the live well, I cut out 4 sheets of insulation to go around the 4 sides. That way I could get the proper size of where this wall needed to be. Had to add another support over here so I can put this C-channel down so we can run this piece of wood here. We also had to run these pieces of square tubing across from one rib to another so we can put this C-channel right here for this wall that's going to be here. Now what the plan is, we've got to remove this wall because I'm going to use this as a template for this piece. So what we're going to do is we're just going to test fit the live well real quick to make sure we still have this piece of C-channel up front in the right position. And we're going to remove it all. Once we remove it, trace that new piece here, and then we're going to start working on putting in the hinges. All right, so that's the next step of this process. We're going to get all this torn apart, then we're going to start painting, and I've also got to cut out the spot for the latches like we did in that video where I showed you how to do the latches on the front deck. Same thing, we're just going to be doing in the back. Like I said, guys, there's just a lot of planning going on into this build right now, and it's taking a long time. There's been so many times where I've just sat here and just stared at the boat thinking about what I'm going to do because there's a lot of things that I have in my mind that I want to happen. Like I have an end result in my head, but I'm not exactly sure how to end up there. All right, now we're over here and we're working on, this is the front piece of the, what is this thing called? This is the front piece to the support that's going in the back of the boat. All right, so now what we're doing is we're cutting holes for these hinges. These used to be, this 3-piece system what I have is, it's the C-channel on top and then 2 pieces of angled aluminum on either side, and that gives somewhere for the deck to sit on top of, also gives somewhere for the latches to close down on top for the hatches. So if you guys haven't seen the video on how I do my front deck flush mount hinges, I'll leave that video here. You guys can go check that out, see how I'm doing the back. I'm not doing a very detailed one for the back, just trying to get it put together. But we got this front vertical support taken off. We're cutting holes for where the hinges go. Since this is a 1/2-inch C-channel, I've got this piece of 1/2-inch stainless steel square stock. And then, so this will be in here, and then we'll mount our hinges up here like this. And this piece of just really strong stainless steel goes in there to give it some rigidity so it doesn't bend back and forth. We're cutting things off, we're drilling holes, we're just making sure everything's fitting properly. So once we get that put together, we'll do the back. We got to do the back still. I already cut out the front piece for the live well, which is this piece of plywood right here. It's going to go straight, and then we'll start riveting everything together and give it a really good structural integrity. Once all that's done, we're going to work on the plumbing for the live well. And then we're going to also work on some electrical. We probably won't run wires, but I'll have that in mind while I'm putting everything together, just so I have places to run electrical wires for like the pumps and all the aerators. We got to find room for all the aerators and everything. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I know it's been a while since I've done a video actually building the boat. Been really busy, been working, you know, fishing, trying to get the other boat together, and I actually think I'm going to sell that boat now. So I got to get that boat ready to sell, and we're going to just keep working on this. We might actually be taking this boat out to go fishing on Monday or Tuesday, depending on what the weather looks like. Occoquan Reservoir's opened up. The Hunting Run Reservoir down in Virginia's opened up. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. And as always, if you have any comments or questions, go ahead and leave those down below. All right, guys, see you next time. Thanks for watching.